the first time I heard about this display would have been the end of 2019. I can't believe that it's finally here. This is one of the most significant displays of motorcycles anywhere in the world in 2020, and we are so lucky in Brisbane to have this on our doorstep. Bikes aren't for everyone, but bike shows are for everyone. It's the thrill, the mystique, the style, a little bit of the out of your comfort zone. Motorcycle shows are different because they bring out the inner soul, they bring out the passion, and they are a little bit risky. And I think in this day and age, that's a rare thing, and we love it.
Welcome to the motorcycle. Design, art, and desire as GOMA opens this world-exclusive exhibition.
Look, I think we're really lucky to be able to bring this event to QAGOMA and to Brisbane. We've certainly scoured the globe for 100 of the most exciting and important motorcycles that we could find that represent that 150-year history.
Located along the city's stunning riverside, the exhibition covers the gallery's entire ground floor, encompassing the span of motorcycle history and design from steam power, internal combustion engines, and into the future world of electric motors.
Well, one of the great things about this particular hall here is that everything's so well spaced out. Most museums you go to, a lot of bike collections, everything's jammed in together. Here there's plenty of room around each bike, and each bike is amazing, and you can get very, very close, and it's easy to get photos from just about every angle, which again is very, very important. This is an amazingly significant event for motorcycles. Once in a lifetime, fantastic that it's come to Brisbane. Everywhere I look, there's something amazing to see. There's significant bikes from almost every era, from almost every manufacturer. Some bikes that are absolute standout examples, some very famous motorcycles.
I think the real revelation for us is how many we were able to find locally, how many really important and significant motorcycles existing collections just around the corner as well. So, we've got one of the first motorcycles designed and constructed in Australia, the Spencer from 1906, built by David Spencer right here in Auchenflower in Brisbane. So a fantastic local story.
The bike that you're looking at from 100 years ago is essentially the same bike as you've got today, but the engines are more reliable, the brakes are more powerful, the suspension's more compliant, and they're just more ergonomic for life in 2020. But essentially, the same bike that you were seeing 100 years ago is essentially the same bike you're getting today.
Throughout the decades, motorbikes have been portrayed as symbols of freedom and rebellion, and have now also become a rich source of subject matter for the legions of photographers who are flocking to the exhibition in droves.
Right, so we're here in the off-road hall. Happy to say this is Toby Price's actual Dakar winning bike. Toby Price is Australia's great off-road rider. Also driven in monster trucks and done the Paris-Dakar, the Fink, many famous events around the world. But he's won the Dakar twice, and that's the toughest race in the world, and this is his bike right here.
Your thrill-packed green screen ride can be recorded and emailed to your home, keeping your memories alive long after the exhibition is over. A mobile companion site allows audiences to navigate the whole show and dive even deeper into the history and stories behind every bike on display.
Right, so what we've got here is just the most amazing collection of Italian motorcycles. You've got the Laverda Jota, which is a 1000cc triple. You've got the 750S MV Agusta, 1972, again extremely rare. You've got the green frame Ducati, which is as rare as hen's teeth. The 851 Desmo, they were popular at the time, try to find one now, they're just made out of unobtainium. And my all-time favourite, the Bimota 500 V-Twin. This is a two-stroke, fuel-injected bike, the only Bimota they ever made with their own engine. Wasn't very successful, technologically fantastic, sent the company broke.
It's a must-see experience for bike and motorsport enthusiasts, and a hit for anyone with a love of popular culture, design, technology, and social history.
This is a Vincent Black Lightning, made between 1948 and I think 1956. During their short but illustrious history, they set all sorts of world land speed records. This particular bike obviously is the Australian land speed record holder from 1953. One of the most famous pictures of a Vincent Black Lightning anywhere in the world was the picture of Rolly Free at Bonneville in 1948 doing 150 miles an hour with only his helmet, shorts and shoes on. And he was the first guy in the world ever to do 150 miles an hour. Very famous photo, very famous event. For Australian bikes, for any bike in the world, this is absolute holy grail. This is the most expensive bike ever to go to auction anywhere in the world. 2018, Las Vegas, Bonham's auction, just a bit over $1 million. Art and motorcycles. If you look at the 1929 Majestic, everything here speaks Art Deco. It's a sign of the times, its time, 1929. Everything is just absolutely beautiful. Chrome, thick, lustrous paint. Just a beautiful motorcycle designed to look nice, as well as impress the owner and everyone that looks at the owner riding the bike.
Brisbane's Gallery of Modern Art has an iconic surprise around every corner.
Right, well this is the amazing Britain motorcycle from New Zealand. In the early 90s, this bike pretty much dominated every racetrack that it touched. Everything all the way through Assen TT Week, through the Daytona events, Isle of Man. It won on its limited shoestring budget just about every single race it entered. It was unbeatable. The bike was the brainchild of John Britton of Christchurch, New Zealand. And it's a bespoke motorcycle from wheel to wheel. He made his own carbon wheels, he made his own carbon forks, he redesigned the suspension, his own engine. It was just the most amazing creation on such a small, limited budget. Very, very smart guys using all of their time and energy very, very wisely.
Look, I think motorcycles always have a nostalgia value and have a kind of romance about them for the design, the danger, the speed, and that kind of sense of escape that they offer. But I think the really exciting thing now is that we're going through another moment of change where electric motors and new technologies are revolutionising the way that motorcycles are designed. I think in 10 years from now, I expect that all of the major manufacturers are jumping on board and presenting something that embodies this new technology, reshapes motorcycles, and even offers whole new shapes and sizes and forms. Scooters, one-wheel skateboards, and a whole range of things with electric power plants that bring a whole lot of new people to motorised two-wheel transport.
And the latest futuristic Australian design is here.
Okay, so this is the Type C Savage. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. A bike that's completely electric, designed and built in Melbourne. Now on sale. It was debuted only a couple of weeks ago on a live stream. Dennis Savage, and again I hope I've pronounced that correctly. If I've made a mistake, sorry Dennis. But he's designed this bike from start to finish and it's absolutely stunning. It's a great Australian motorcycle. I hope they find all the success in the world. The specs are fantastic, the performance is fantastic, and the price is actually pretty affordable as well. It's the sort of bike that's really going to be what we're all thinking of in the next 10 years, I'm hoping.
I hope it's going to be a huge event for Brisbane. I think we're really going to see a lot of passionate motorcycle clubs and communities coming out of the woodwork. We've done a lot of exhibitions around design and architecture, fashion. So I think the motorcycle fits quite neatly into that model. So our typical audience, our gallery audience that know us, shouldn't find anything too strange and unusual about motorcycles as a new focus for us. But I think there's a whole other scope to bring motorcycle fans and motorcycle audience to the gallery as well and discover something new.